attached to the colony or attached to the organism itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then,
good.
based on the advice of scientists ashore,
That's
we
over deep today,
choose a
too.
variety of different preservation methods.
Yeah.
Our
All right.
default
Sounds great.
preservation method is to
Nice
immerse the
terrain.
sample
That's
in
kinda cool.
ethanol, ethyl alcohol, which preserves the DNA and allows scientists to look at everything from DNA to morphology. But we also have different methods for examining morphology if necessary, such as formalin preservation, which helps preserve morphology a little bit better than the ethanol. Or for particularly large specimens, we have the option to dry tissue. For geological records, geological specimens, such as rocks, we might image the rock, provide any information about the content that might be on the rock, such as epizoids or small animals encrusting or attached to the outside of the rock. And then we usually image that rock and set it aside for deposit. As I mentioned, we have a large group of scientists on shore who are assisting us with these collections, and as well as providing us some context on what the best means of preservation are so that the maximum potential could be realized from these specimens. For this expedition, the biological specimens will be deposited at the Smithsonian Institute.
Copy that.
So pilots, I've just been informed by shoreside scientists that we are going to try and sample a rock. We're just trying to get a better grip on what kind of rock. I'm guessing it's the typical black angular rock, as big as we can fit in the basket without weighing down the vehicle too much. Preferably something manganese coated. I don't know if this carbonate is what they want, but I'll inform you once I get some feedback from them.
Yeah, sounds great. I'll keep my eyes open, but obviously, yeah, if you see one before I do, just let me know. Yeah, we have a nice delta too.
I can come down a little bit if you want.
I think we're fine now. The tether starts to stretch, we can, but
Okay.
I think right now that looks fine.
So pilot, while we're holding here, if you can zoom on the long stalk.
Yeah, video, snap it.
This looks very different from the bamboos we've been seeing so far. I think this is a bamboo coral. I can see some dark node structures. It's proteinaceous joints that connect the two internodes, the white elongated portion of the colony.
Video, I'm slowly approaching it too.
So this particular bamboo, I'm noticing a few things. There looks to be some rather long sclerites in the polyp between the tentacles. Not extremely long, but noticeable enough on a few polyps, depending on the orientation towards us.
All right, Wash, is anything specific from this you'd like, or just a...
Nothing specific from this one, so yeah, we'll just kind of scan the colony as at your convenience here. And the base looks a little hidden here, so I don't think it's necessary to do a full workup on the colony, but at least we got some good images of what the polyps look like.
All right, copy that. All right, video. If there's nothing else you want, we can go ahead and come live.
Okay, pilot, I'm definitely moving closer to you, so
Copy
you
that.
can push up if you want.
So an update about the rock from our shoreside geologist. Doesn't have to be
snap it real quick.
Doesn't have to be a black angular rock. Actually, a white or tan rock would be better. Doesn't have to be huge either.
You have plenty of time. I'm barely at 45 degrees.
Copy. Video, you can take what you want, but I am far from it. You can kill lasers, Copilot.
So it looks like we're looking at a halosaur. Probably one of the more common deep sea fishes on this dive.
Yeah, right, video, pilot.
Happy?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. All right, Copilot, I'll center, and we can make some forward way.
So, pilot, did you copy that
I think I
relay
heard
about the rock?
The first part. Could you repeat it, though, please?
Sure thing. So we have some additional instructions for the rock collection. I'll leave it up to you when to take it, when it looks like a pile that is easy to grab, but it doesn't have to be black. It can be one of the white rocks. I see a pink coral on the screen too, so I'll point that out. But the rock doesn't have to be particularly large, but pretty much anything that you can pluck out that looks white, tan, and moderate sized and that can fit in the basket. That's what we're looking for.
All right, copy that. And then, is this what you wanted a view of, dead center?
Yeah, that would be the pink to the left.
Oh, to the left.
Yeah.
Ah. Other side.
Oh, I see in the background too, it looks like another one of those stocked colonial tunicates. Seems to be a few of them around here.
Come in.
But we're going to look at this sea. This looks like an octocoral.
Come back up.
Yep. So we're noticing too, just below this coral, there's a couple of stalked crinoids. These are smaller ones than we've seen down below. We saw a rather large one this morning just on our descent. So this looks like an octocoral.
Okay to zoom, pilot.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
video.
This particular octocoral looks like it could be in the family Paragorgiidae, also known as bubblegum corals. And this is the first record of a bubblegum coral that we've seen on this expedition so far.
Sorry for the rocking video.
They've been reported in this area previously, but this is quite interesting. I think this is fairly deep for Paragorgia. 2,058 meters.
Try to get a toe down.
if it is Paragorgia. There are a number of look-alike species, but Paragorgia would be my guess. Great. Thanks, pilot.
All right. Anything else, video?
Or just get a whole specimen.
Copy that.
Going wide.
Copy, and then Copilot will get lasers on this. Oh, you got it. Nice.
I wonder if that rock sitting on the top of that pile to the right is...
So, pilot, I have one more bit of information to relay about the rock.
Yeah, copy that. Go ahead.
And if you do find any rocks in a pile with some attached biology, that would be even better.
Copy that. All right, video, you happy with that?
Yes.
Note to our shoreside scientists that unless there's some pretty substantial biology on any particular rock, you know, it most likely would have to go in a rock box, but depending on the size, I suppose rocks can go in the bio boxes if it's very, very much encrusted with life.
Yeah, well, actually, right here seems to be a pretty good pile.
All right, so maybe we can get something with biology on it. I guess I'll leave it up to you. I'm not sure how big of a rock you can fit in the bio box if it has biology in it.
If it goes in the bio box, probably the laser's 10 centimeters. That'd be a good size.
Okay.
Maybe a little bigger. And then if we put it in the rock box, we can go a little bigger than that.
Right. So we're also looking for potentially if there's stalked crinoids. Can we, to the lower right of the lasers, there seems to be a large bristly fan. Can we zoom in on that, snap zoom, to see if...
Yeah,
I know that rock seems to be a little big, but...
Yeah, let's see.
Is that the tunicate? Okay, that's the tunicate.
Yeah, that rock is definitely too big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, well, but that stalked crinoid to the behind this stalk here, the tunicate, that's the kind of thing we're looking for.
Okay.
So if a rock has that echinoderm on it, that would be
Copy. I'll do a quick scan
ideal.
of this pile. If we see something, we can try to go for it. If not, it looks like there's a lot of rubble in this area, so we'll just move on. And then...
Right.
Yeah, well, actually, for example, like that rock dead center with the lasers on would be a good size. Just for reference.
Okay.
Nothing's immediately jumping out.
Yeah, a lot
Everything
of rocks,
looks pretty big.
with the biology you want.
Yeah. If it does have one of those stalked crinoids on it, they look rather large. The rocks, at least.
Yeah, copy. This looks to be the end of the pile.
All
I
right.
don't see anything here. We can just keep looking.
Right. Okay, thanks for looking there.
No problem. All right, video, whenever you're happy, you can come wide. Yeah. Copy. So we can make some height and then go from there. All right, co-pilot, I'm going to start to come up a little bit.
Do you see all those small little crinoids everywhere?
Yeah, do you see on the
stalk
right-hand side
crinoids.
there?
Yeah,
Yep.
there's tons.
Yeah, those were what we were trying to look for. The gray crinoid with 5 arms was what we were trying to look for on one of these small rocks for the geology team to see if we could get a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
But it wasn't cooperating with us, so we'll just kind of see what we can find. Yeah, I see some there too. Yeah, these crinoids seem to be really abundant right here in this vicinity. Do we see that yellow sponge
No,
yet?
we haven't seen that yellow sponge just yet.
Upper left,
Yeah, copy that.
10 o'clock.
All right, video, you want to come on in?
So we just came across this yellow sponge. Not sure what kind of sponge it is yet.
Kind of looks like it could be a glass sponge.
Yep. Bright yellow. Number of small encrusting things in this area. The 5-armed crinoid, a small coral whip, octocoral whip in the background. Excellent, pilot. So we've been able to identify as a demo sponge at least. I don't know if we're going to get much more from the video, but we'll get some good images, and we'll move on. Video is satisfied.
Going for a whole specimen.
Copy that.
Are the lasers on?
Nope,
I think they're off right now.
they're on right now.
Okay.
Get lasers on them real quick.
Looks like
Lasers.
another demo sponge in the upper left-hand corner.
All right, video, anything else from that you want?
That's it.
Great. All right, wash sheets, anything else?
I think that's it for this area.
Copy that. Moving on.
Okay. Can keep coming up.
Yeah,
It looks
Yeah,
like a
that
bunch
looks
of
looks like hydroids and other deep sea
Copy that.
gunk stuck on a dead stalk of some type.
Yeah, same with, haven't seen anything on Sirius yet.
Those mannequins look pretty dark right now. Don't they?
I don't know.
Our depth right now is around 2,048 meters. We're just at the bottom of a slope, and we're heading up now a small vertical section. Well, should we do our afternoon round of introductions?
Sure.
We can start in the back row here. My name is Steve Oskovich. I'm a PhD candidate at Temple University. I'm going to be one of the co-science leads here on this expedition. I am a deep sea coral ecologist. I also study a little bit about the biogeography of deep water corals. And I'm joined by my co-science lead here on the other chair to the right.
Hi, my name is Stacy Williams from the Institute for Socio-Ecological Research and Coastal Survey Solutions in Puerto Rico. I'm a benthic ecologist, and I've been studying the marine communities around Puerto Rico and throughout the Caribbean.
Yeah, watch it. Is this also a good time for us to do our introductions as well?
I was just going to say, Pilot, I think we're ready for front row.
Awesome. Hi, their sitting pilot today is Sean Kennison from the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration, as is all my coworkers. We're responsible for bringing on board and piloting and doing the video for the ROVs you see today. And I'll let everyone else introduce themselves, starting to my left.
I'm Carl McCletchy, co-pilot. Navigator, I mean.
Sitting as co-pilot, Fernando Aragon.
Over in the right corner, Bob, not on video.
And in the back row, doing clipping, is Caitlin Bailey.
Y buenas tardes y gracias por acompañarnos esta tarde. Y este es el Okeanos Explorer y ahora estamos buceando un pared sur del canal de las Islas Vírgenes.
Right.
Y subimos y ahora estamos en profundidad de 2,044 metros y vimos muchos crinoides y también corales blandos.
Yeah.
Any of these rocks at the bottom here, right at this, in this little crevice?
Yeah, let me get
Seem,
closer.
you take a look and see if there's any biology on here that we might be interested in.
Copy that, Bridge.
This is interesting in that it's kind of just, there's a very sharp divide between what's manganese coated and what's more tan or beige colored.
Stops here should have a little bit more to swing.
Copy that. Keep an eye on it.
Oh, I do see some sort of branched organism on one of the rocks here, on the lower left.
Lower left, copy.
I don't know if that was I don't know if it's on something small enough. We'll have to investigate further.
Video, you want to come on in real quick? It's his base on the, I think it's on the large rock, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks too big.
Yeah. Almost.
A very fine bamboo, probably a bamboo coral, I suspect.
Oh, yeah, I see the nodes.
Yep. So not our stalked crinoid, but also on a rock that's too big. Anything else that we can see from above?
Oh, right there. There's
yeah,
one.
I see one to the left, actually. Just left of the lasers now, coming down to the center. It's a slightly darker rock in the middle there.
Is it up or
Down.
down?
Yeah. Because if you zoom in right now, you'll get it right there.
Video, come on in.
I know that rock is probably on the 15 range or more bigger. I can't tell how deep it is.
Yeah, I could try it. Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean that seems ideal in that it has the biology we want, and it is of sufficient size for geo.
Copy that.
If it's very deep, which we can't tell right now, then I guess we'll have to pick another.
Yeah, I can try to go for it though. We can see.
So this is for the bio box?
Oh yeah, watch it. Is this for a
Yeah, if it's for the bio box, if that's too big, let us know.
video? Come back in. Sorry.
It looks pretty small.
As long as it's not deep, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, but it looks like you can see under it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's flat.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, watch it. Assuming it's not bigger than we think, I think it'll go nicely in a bio box.
Okay, well,
Great.
we'll try it out.
Yeah, video go ahead, come wide as I set up. And yeah.
Was that 5 degrees starboard? Sounds good.
It's another one right there. It's just about to fall down. You see that? Yeah, off to the left-hand side, pilot, on top of this little ledge, there's another one that I see, another rock, that just had the crinoid on it that just moved when you bumped your toe into the rock face there.
Video, come on in. Right here?
Yeah, so I can't tell if that's mud, though.
I'm not it looks kind of like mud to me.
Yeah, so I would go back to the original rock. I don't want to take the chance that it could just be consolidated mud and...
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah.
So co-pilot, you've probably stopped moving. You can center up D2 for the sample.
Yeah, and then I'll have to come back and float because this is going in a bio box.
Okay.
So
What
keep that in mind.
we have one bio box full.
Port inner.
Port inner. Okay.
So it's up to pilot. I guess starboard outer and port outer are the biggest, but starboard outer is kind of tricky.
Difficult, yeah.
So I guess port outer.
So try to get in there. I think that's close enough. It's kind of as far as I can get in. What do you think? I might try to reach. I can't really get my toes in anymore.
Which rock is it again?
I think dead center.
Just above the laser?
Yeah, I think it's lasers are on it.
Yeah, if you look at mini, it is just ahead of your skids.
That's not bad.
I think it's kind of right on the edge.
Yeah. Alright, Jorlock's going in.
Do you want that camera on this screen right here?
Sure.
Okay, you're ready.
Copy that. And then video, do you want to come in partial on as both cameras? That's good there. And then Fernando, do you want to center that? And that's good there, video. Thank you. All right, arms coming live. 3, 2, 1. loose. Alright, I think I got a good grip on it. Video, you can come in real quick.
Looks like we got a bonus biology there, maybe a tiny crypthelia or a stilastrid of some type, as well as some worm tubes and hydroids.
Is that good for a video?
Yep.
Alright. Alright, Fernando, so now I'll back out, we'll float, and we'll extend the drawer and we'll put it in.
It's good to park the arm kind of over where you're going to put it, and then the arm also is out of the way if you accidentally drove forward.
Yeah, good call.
Perfect.
Alright. Alright, Fernando, you ready? You can bring,
Yep.
if you want your camera back, you can bring it back.
No, that's fine. I have it up there. Everything looks good.
Copy that. I'm going to back up.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready to bump up the draw.
Let's go into some autos.
Oh, you don't have auto XY because you don't have a altitude lock.
Ooh, copy.
But I think you'll be able to float.
Alright, Fernando, I'm going to have a little bump to the side, and then you can go ahead and open drawer.
Okay. Extending drawer. Slowly. Alright.
Looks good?
Yep.
Alright. Go ahead and keep my eye on my position in your camera
Copy.
as I place the rock in. Alright, Fernando, you can go ahead and close. Thank you, sir. Alright, stowing arm.
The left side.
Alright, arms coming off. 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you, pilot. That was a great collection.
No problem.
He made a bunch of people of various different backgrounds happy on shore.
Glad to hear it. All right, co-pilot nav. I'll recenter and we'll keep making our way up.
Sounds good. Copy. Yeah, it looks like Sirius is about 18 meters from the nearest wall, so I think we can go up before we go forward.
Yeah, copy that.
Go ahead, Bridge. Copy that, Bridge.
Wind's pretty high right now. What is that?
Yeah,
Almost
there's a squall going through. They're changing their heading to starboard. Yeah, just be ready. As we talked about, I think we would turn Sirius.
Yeah, I'll turn
So there's
forward
quite a bit of
about maybe 100 degrees.
different colored
100
rock in
degrees
this
or so.
area,
Yeah, and then we
which
would switch up.
Yep.
Yeah.
we've talked about with a shoreside scientist. Seems to be some sort of area where there's been
And the bailouts to the west.
a wasting
Yeah,
event where
which
there's
is
some
with the
rock
winds,
has
so.
eroded or
Copy.
cracked away. Difficult to tell how long ago that was, though, but based on the difference in manganese coating, the black substance on the rock here, we suspect it was fairly recently, but much more recent than the existing rock that we're looking at right now was put there. So manganese coating, I'll have to look up the exact amounts, but depending on where it is in the water column, depending on where it is geographically, can be a very slow process.
Copy that. We're in a good position down here. Copy. Yeah, so the ship is turning into the wind as the squall goes by, so we probably won't do a move for a few minutes. If
Yeah, copy
we wanna
that.
make sure to not go too far ahead.
Yeah.
See what's around here.
So since we're not going to be moving right away, in the bottom middle of the screen, I thought I saw a white fan and a pink stalk next to it. I just wanted to get a better view of that, kind of at a 7 o'clock position right now to the lasers.
Yeah, copy that. Right there?
That's right.
Yeah, copy. I'll just get a side view.
It'll give us a better chance to inspect the color pattern on the rock as well. So
Alright,
I
you
haven't
wanna come on in?
I haven't noticed very much attached biology to the rock here, to the substrate. Ooh, actually, I see something else. So first of all, I'll describe what we have there. It looks like we have a Crypthelia hydrocoral with some sort of paragorgiid bubblegum coral. And in the background, I thought I saw a whip bobbing around, yeah, just below there. Any chance we can get a good image of that?
The small, right there?
Yeah,
Yeah. Video come wide.
because that might be something we haven't seen yet,
Let me get a little lower.
and I have my suspicions.
What do you think it is?
Do the,
Just have to wait to find out.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it?
gonna come down a little bit.
I'm gonna
Cooper.
guess.
Sure.
I'm gonna say
And
bamboo
yeah, you can
coral.
work with video if you want tie beams on.
We will see.
Based on the-
I don't know. It could be a bamboo coral. It could be very similar to what we've been seeing, but based on the way the polyps are sticking straight out of the stalk, it gives me some pause that it could be a different family of octocoral.
Okay.
Okay, video. I'll turn on the lights to see if
Okay.
you have something better.
And then video you can come in partial. looks great.
Yeah, so this is what we're zooming in right now is a some type of unbranched octocoral. Looks to me, based on the texture of the polyps in the family Primnoidae. Now, this is really good imagery. We haven't seen one of these yet, but they're very difficult to find because they're so fragile and small, although I've seen them much bigger. So excellent. So the Primnoid family has characteristic armored polyps. They have plates or scales of some type, so they look a little bit more rugose than most other octocoral polyps. So that was the first thing they gave away. It also would lack the nodes of a bamboo coral. I don't see any here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add that as a +1 to the Primnoidae. Yeah, Scott, I was just going to make that comment that Candidella gigantea has been collected in the Bahamas and is known from the Bahamas. I've also seen it in the Anegada Passage, but it was never sampled. But this looks a lot like it. So it's if it was collected in this region, I don't think we need to collect this, but we'll be on the lookout for more observations of this.
Right,
Thanks, pilot.
Copy that, no problem. All right, video, anything else you want?
Oh, that's it.
All right.
Do you want lasers on?
Yeah, let's pass over them real quick.
Okay.
It happens to be in a very precarious location, too, so
Yeah.
we'll just be on the lookout.
So yeah. 10
Does it get any
centimeters.
bigger than that? What
It
you
does
saw?
get it does get bigger, yeah.
All right, good come wide.
We didn't get a good
colonies in
image
the
on that
Pacific can
bubblegum
be
up
quite
above.
large.
You want to take a quick shot there, or do you have to get out?
No, I don't. Just give me a. Sorry, I just started to.
Maybe half a meter or so,
leave
Okay.
more,
as
I would say.
said that.
But the ones that you've seen
Set ones
here in the
after
Atlantic
that.
is
They get fairly large,
Oh,
you know,
video
30
back there?
You
centimeters
want the lights out.
based on my measurements.
Not at the best angle, but
I just wanted the pink one in the background.
I'll copy that.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yep.
All right, moving up.
Right, so the turning seems to be a little bit to starboard of Sirius. Or we could turn back to 80 or 90.
Copy.
But I do see, and even in the Sirius camera, you can see that it's pretty steep. So
Looks like there's a ledge.
yeah, I don't think we have to move yet.
Yeah, I still think there's a lot of stuff here.
Okay, video. I'm gonna turn off the
Okay.
4 lights.
This is. I think that's the tunicate. No?
No. Pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is watch lead. There was something pink and branching right below the lasers. I'm not sure if you're above it. It might be one of those bubble gum.
Oh, was it? I thought you were pointing at this,
No.
that stock. Okay.
All right, watch
Oh, you
this.
see
You
right
see
there?
it?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Low
I
up.
think we saw that when you were at lunch.
Very
Oh,
bottom
okay.
Yeah, it's a Paragorgiid
Nice.
octocoral.
Yeah, it's
Although it's the
bottom
sea star to the right.
section.
Is that a sea star?
Yep.
Sea star to the right.
To the right.
Yeah,
right
just to the
side.
right of the lasers now, on the end of a
Oh,
long
yeah.
stalk.
Copy. All right, video coming partial.
So this looks like.
We saw this one earlier. I
Oh, did
believe.
you?
Yeah.
We need to stop going to lunch. Yeah.
So, just to, you don't want any more video for this? Is that correct?
Is it okay to?
Yeah, we could.
continue?
Yeah, we
Okay.
could continue.
All right,
I
copy
think
that.
this is the first one we had on a coral load feeding. And there's another one.
Did you see it preying on a bamboo coral?
No,
Oh,
this is new.
yeah.
That part is new.
And there's another one to the left. Well, we got the pink one. And then there's a little farther to the left is another sea star.
Copy. So the pink is...
Center, lower left, coming to center.
Yep, bottom center now.
All right, video, go ahead and come in a little bit. Okay, I see it.
I think we got some good video of this pink colony too as well a little bit earlier.
Copy,
Just
just
before
wanna snap
lunch.
zoom it then?
Yeah, that's fine.
You got it. Video, let's do a quick snap.
I'm all set if you are.
Yeah, come wide. Thank you.
And the Sea Star would be on the left side, center.
Okay, I see him.
Pilot, I brought your sonar in since we're on a wall.
Thanks.
There is another Sea Star on the lasers too now.
All right, video, go ahead, come in.
Just a snap zoom on that. I think it's probably something in the Terrasteridae,
Copy that.
the slime stars.
Sorry, video.
But you never know, so try and get at least a good image of it. Excellent.
All right, video, are you happy with that?
Yep.
Great. All right, come wide.
We got the sponge.
You want sponge?
No.
Oh, I think we just yeah. Copy.
saying.
Hello, this is Chris Ma.
Hi,
Hello, Chris Ma.
Hey, you guys are having a deep sea bonanza here. Could we? I know you guys said you had seen one earlier, but so the one you're looking at right now is indeed a pterostrate. Well done. But the one that was feeding on that coral, could we get a better look at that?
Yeah, pilot. Is there any way?
Yeah, I can go back to it.
Okay, so you're on the line. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that again.
Lovely, thank you. So the reason I jumped out of my seat for that is because deep sea coral predation isn't really well known from this area. It's one of those sort of odd things where a lot of the deep sea fauna here is well known, but only up to about, I don't know, 1,000 meters or so, because a lot of the things that are known from, say, the Johnson Sea Link and a lot of the predecessor deep sea biologists were relatively shallow. So whenever we get into these, 1, 2, 3,000 meter depths, all the stuff down here is like a new thing. And so what I saw was possibly it looked like a goniasterid, but there aren't any known from this area, and and there are no incidences of coral predation from this area on top of that. So anything that we get to see in that area, in that sort of whether it's predation or just them doing something weird is always something that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, we're going to try and set up for a shot here, and we'll get a better zoom on that.
Maybe we can try floodlights if you want.
That would be delightful. Thank you.
So
so Stacy, you said that there was another one that was earlier on today?
Yeah, it was earlier in the dive. I'm trying to find my notes. Usually I've been taking timestamps.
Okay, well, it's no problem. Now that I know, I can go back and look for that, because typically I look at like the Twitter and the Facebook group to see what earlier things had been seen, and I hadn't seen any as yet. So, but I'll definitely have a go later on. But there could easily be different, as there are in the Pacific. There are different species of sea stars which feed on. That's not something that we know.
Yeah, copy that.
Well,
Copy that, Bridge. We're in
I
a good
don't wish
spot.
to impose, but if you see this again, or if you're in a position to collect this, or you want to collect that octocoral, this isn't something that we know to be from here. So this would be a good prospect for collection.
Interesting.
Whether this is a poor position or you just need to wait until later, of course, I understand. So.
Well, I think, Pilot, are we still waiting for the wind to blow through?
We're not,
Okay.
but if you would like us, I mean, we could try to.
I'll also say that as I told to your predecessors when they were going through the Gulf of Mexico, I originally had really thought that this area was going to be kind of boring because so many people have already studied the Gulf of Mexico and the tropical Atlantic and so on. But what really surprised me was that they went to these deeper depths and we were seeing all of these things that just hadn't been documented before, simply because we had breached the sort of 2,000 meter depth range.
Fabulous.
So it's all sorts of cool stuff.
Do you want to come wide to see?
But see, there's a row of spines around the inframarginals on these that I'm not familiar with.
Well, I think it's I think it's a good candidate for collection. So I think we're going to try and there's only a few polyps left on this coral, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. So we've seen this coral quite extensively. We thought it's Cladorisis or some relative. So I think we're going to try and set up for a collection, and we'll let you know how we do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ship is stable and Sirius is stable. Good position. Copy.
Hopefully there's still some coral left by the time it comes up in the box.
So we have to go.
I don't know if you remember that incident that
yes, if you could grab it.
Scott had
below.
mentioned about the Circeaster feeding on Paragorgia that they saw a few years ago, but they left a Paragorgia that had fallen over with a coral. It had sea stars crawling all over it, eating the coral, and they came back a year later, and the sea stars were still feeding on it.
Oh, wow.
So it takes a very long time for these animals to work, but I don't think it's something that happens quickly at all. So, time scales for a lot of these animals are very different than how we perceive them. So this thing's probably been there for months. You never know.
Yeah. So I think this seems like a perfect collection for multiple reasons. We're not planning on being this deep, probably on this type of rocky hard bottom for several more days, and we have very few dives on the inside of the Caribbean island arc. So we're going to try and sample this here, and because there might not be many more opportunities left to get these kinds of samples.
That's a sage sound piece of advice, I think.
All right, so we'll see how this goes. We're gonna pilot. I think we're gonna try and grab as much as you can. I guess the colony is mostly dead, but maybe we can preserve a few polyps.
Yeah, copy that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll let you get to it. And just as a little bit of motivation to the pilot, that new sea star that you guys worked so hard to collect from the Pacific, that little cookie star.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's a new species.
I remember that
I won't
one.
give the name away here, but it is going to be named after the Global Foundation of Ocean Exploration.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be watching, of course, and I'll chime in the next time we see something spiny. And also, that red urchin that we saw yesterday, we have a name for it, Heterobrissus.
Yeah, I think that's
Heterobrissus.
And if we're lucky,
to snip.
Heterobrissus. I'll send you the name later, but if we're lucky, we'll see an aggregate of them, because apparently they gallop along the sea bottom in large herds. So
okay.
it'll be interesting. But we can talk about that later.
And Chris, also to mention, it was I think around 11:30. I'm guessing maybe 10:30 your time that we saw another specimen of this sea star around that
Okay.
time.
11:30.
Right.
So it'll be
Come on,
like within the
yeah.
first figures. I was probably on the bus on the way here.
And then
Okay, I'll look
watch us
for
a little bit on
when the
users.
video is reposted.
Please, video.
Chris,
Okay.
quick
Thanks very
question.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Chris,
Okay. Yeah.
what's the chances of this thing trying to get away?
Oh, even if it got away, it would do so very slowly.
Okay.
It's not going to. It can't swim or do anything particularly,
Thank you.
nutty. So
All right, arms coming on.
cool.
3, 2,
I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, Chris said slim to none of that thing trying to escape.
Good, thanks, video. And then video, come out a little bit on the main HD, please.
Would you like anything on the mini Zeus?
That's good.
That's small.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, it's super tiny, right? What about yeah? So what about is that rock movable? Because maybe you can just kind of shake it off the rock. No, it looks pretty hard on there, hey?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's in there.
I thought it was attached to the small cobblestone there.
Maybe you
Alright,
clip it
so-
from the base of underneath the sea star.
It's
Send a little
really
layer.
in there.
Can you try to move? Well, I guess not. To move the rock to get it out of the way.
Video, come partial on mini Zeus, please. Yeah, that's good. And then, yeah, Fernand, if you just center that for me. That's awesome. Video, come out a little more in main HD, please. That's good. Thank you.
Can you try to move that rock? Because I don't know if you can actually snip it somehow, but I don't know.
You're talking about the brown one in front of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
What do you think? All right.
Yeah, you can't get the scissors in there because it's so close. You could maybe try to, like, if you close the jaws and, like, poke this brown lumpy rock that fills the whole right corner of the screen, if you can get that away from the base. Then, yeah, maybe you could, like, tangle your fingers up in the base and pull the whole thing.
So you're saying,
Yeah, just see if that's loose. Yeah. 'Cause that's in the way. Oh. I don't,
Yes.
it is, but yeah, I guess you don't want to move D2 while you're doing it though.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was better.
Yeah, that was something.
I guess if you open partially and get your back jaw behind it at all, you could.
Oh, perfect. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, maybe the rocket it's on is a little loose. I don't know. Maybe come out a little and see if you can just grab that chunk of rock.
Yeah, video, come stop there. That seems solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not coming off.